So I grew up with the stories of my great-grandmother, my mother, and especially my father, who I remember and recall quite clearly. We had a huge lawn, which we had to mow every now and then.
Pisatelj, pesnik in prevajalec Matijas Geric je 2/3 svojega odraslega življenja preživel v tujini. Moskva, Pariz, Chicago, New York, Maroko, Istanbul. Je avtor 3 pesniških zbirk Loops, Pulse in Tools. 3-krat je v nevihti zajadral na ocean. Tako doživlja pisanje poezije. Podreditev moči, glasu, lepoti stavka, magiji notranjih slik.
And I was sitting on his Maun lower, and he was reciting the Iliad. He had that all in his head. He all knew it by heart, and he was reciting the German translation of the Iliad. And while the grass was cut, I kind of like got all those stories of those heroes in front of Troja who died.
Pisanje je grešno, saj si drzne sanjati, si prilastiti najbolj notranje želje in potrebe. Ko ustvarjamo, se igramo bogove, smo prometejska bitja in si vsaj v naših glavah drznemo tja, kamor ni šel še nihče.
You have this smell of this fresh cut grass, you had the horrors of the dead people, you had the beauty of the hexameter, even in the German translation there. And so I think I became a storytelling animal before I even became a thinking animal.
Prozni prvenec Matijasa Gerica, kratkotrajne sanje Jakoba Fosa, nas vodijo na prvo obletnico ustanovitve piščančje farme, kjer njen lastnik Jakob Fos tone v lastni utopiji in so sanje kratke. V romanu Sanjači in grešniki pa pisatelj bralca atraktivno, poznavalsko potopi v globine zakulisja sodobne produkcije in trženja filmov, na točki, kjer se križajo silnice biznisa, množičnega gledalstva in resnice.
Zu viele Antlitze hast du gesehen, Bälle dir angehängt, Perückenpuder und Kerzenlicht, im Anzug befindliche Inszenierungen, Königsjungfern, die Zeremonie der Verbeugung vor Ministern, Kammerjunkern, den Adelsgreisen vom Hof, Parlamentariern anderer Mumienordnung, vorzügliche Repräsentationskunst.
Matijas Geric tudi prevaja. Bivanje v novem tujem jeziku ga vedno povrne v dialog s svojim jezikom. Njegov osrednji motiv, da je odšel v Moskvo in se tam naučil rusko, je bilo zanimanje za poezijo Lermontova, ki jo nemški prevodi niso potešili.
And so I, cut all my ties in Germany and went over for 2 years to live in Moscow, to learn the language, to do the translations. I also started to write in a different way because I was living in a language and I was writing in my own language. And this kind of like tension between the Russian everyday life and the German writer's life, I think that really highlighted some of my themes and kind of like made me feel strangely at home in the writing.
Pisanje, pravi, je vedno neke vrste premikanje, podobno hoji skozi tuje mesto, kjer se utrinjajo spomini in odkritja. Ulice se veselijo njegovih korakov.